Would you use templates in DaVinci Resolve if it would save you time? Did you know you can create your own? If you want to set these up before you start editing, it will be a game changer for you. So let's cut your editing time in half or less. First, what is a template in DaVinci Resolve? It is a timeline which is already set up with media, effects, adjustment clips, and some audio effects. One that you can double click and open just like this. If you are editing a YouTube video or a podcast, this can be extremely useful as you will already have your intro, your outro, your titles, and your callouts in place. Okay, so let's get started here in project settings. I'm going to click that and bring that up. And as you can see, this is my YouTube settings that I have where I edit my video in 4K. Down here, I make sure that I have everything set up to save on an external hard drive. This is my edit SSD. I save my DaVinci files in there. The other thing I do is here is color management. I already have this preset up, so I do not have to use color space transform nodes in the color page. There's no nodes. I just go right from the Canon Log 3 directly into DaVinci Wide Gamut and outputting that into a Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. If you want to learn how to do this, go ahead and check the link I have up above or the link in the description to take you to that video to teach you how to do it. All right, so now I'm going to save this. Okay, now we're here on the main timeline and you can see what I have already prepared. So let me just close off this effects and the media pool. That way we can see the thing here. Just make sure that I'm zoomed here and you can see all that I already have. I have my 5 video layers here and I have my 6 audio layers. All of this is already set up with the presets that I need. As you can see here, I have my music for my intro, my call out, and my outro. Below this, I have my background music, which I can delete if I need to. In between are my sound effects and then where my voice would go. Let's check these layers above. These first 3 layers are for my videos. So I have my main camera, I have my screen recording, and then I put my camera 2, which is this camera here that goes on the 3rd line. Above that, I put my adjustment clips and any added effects. And it's the same as down here. If the further away you get, then the less likely you're going to need it. On this adjustment clip layer, this is where I put my zooms and things like that. I might not need all of these things, so I can delete it as needed. However, it saves time by having it in place. So let's discuss how to use this. Up here on the left, I'm going to click my media pool. So now you can see I have all of these folders, which we call bins in DaVinci Resolve. Let me bring this up. This is my power bins, and we'll bring this up. This is smart bins. My focus here is in the master. So in here, I have everything neatly organized to optimize my workflow. I have the bins for my video media, which you can see here for camera 1, camera 2, my screen recording, and any B-roll I need. Let's go back to master. Now, let's get into the very important thing, which is the timelines. I'm gonna double click that and we can take a look here. As my timeline is designed for a YouTube editor, you can see here I have my template, which is this right here. Then I have my cut where I do all my cutting. You may want to take your long form content and cut it up into shorts. Now each of them have a different way of editing, different effects you might use, and of course maybe you want Instagram square or you want the TikTok vertical video. You can easily get that set up in there and utilize all of this under one roof. I set this up with them so you can see how to do your timelines. So as you can see here, maybe you need an Instagram, maybe you need a TikTok or a YouTube Shorts. So if you want to create a new timeline, it's very simple. When you come in here, just right click, timelines, create new timeline, and just name it what you would like. So let's name this one new timeline. Great. Now I have a brand new timeline. I don't need this, so I'm just going to remove it and it's gone. If you accidentally remove one of your timelines, DaVinci Resolve now does have the option to restore that timeline, so don't panic. So let's focus on the 2 that are most important for me and you in this video, which is the YouTube template timeline and the cut. So let's go into the cut. As you can see, I already have this set up. I have my audio, my video, I've got video 2 and video 3. So I've only set up with that and no effects or anything because I'm only going to put my video in here and I'm going to cut it as needed. Then I'm going to transfer it. So let's get started with that. I'm going to come under my master in my neatly organized here, and I'm going to find my media. So I have my video media here. I have some videos from my last YouTube video, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to drag it and drop it in here. That's not how I edit these. Let's bring this down, make this a little bigger so we can see this. As you can see, we have these two windows. What I'll do is I will double click this and it's going to load in this left viewer. Now I can look through this without adding anything on there. I'm going to come up to these three dots, click this, and come down to show full clipped audio waveform. I'll show you with the zoomed. So zoomed brings you in really close with it. But if you do the full clip audio waveform, now I can see where the waveform is for the entire video, and then I can set my in-out points around that. So now I've selected my first part, which is in and out. I press I for in and O for out when I find that. Then I can do many options to bring it down here, which I could just grab this, I could drag it over here, insert, overwrite, replace, fit, There's the different things depending on what you're doing. We'll get into that in a future video, or you can utilize down here. So this has the insert, overwrite, and replace. So it doesn't really matter for this. I'm just going to hit my overwrite and it's going to drop that right in place. Now I'm going to find my second portion of a clip before we go back to the other time. Now I've got those two pieces on there. I'm going to throw some audio on there, line them up, put my clips together, and then we'll move on from there. So here for audio, I go under that tab that I have. I'm going to just drag that audio right on down here like this. That's great. I'm going to select these two, drag them out. Just want to separate them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the three of them, right click here. I'm going to go auto align clips based on waveform, sync, and let DaVinci Resolve do its thing. Let me just check to see how that is. It works perfect. That sounds right where I want it. I'm just going to delete that part off. Then I'm going to come right onto I'm going to just separate it. That way I can bring this back to where it was. Then I'm going to do the same exact thing here. Auto line clip, waveform, sync, and voila. That's done. Get that there, take that there, and we'll just bring them together just like this. Now I have perfectly synced audio, and I'm just going to take these two clips and replace that audio. Now I have high quality audio with this. I'm just going to select all four clips together, right click, link clips. Now when I go and select, they're all together. You could do them separately if you wanted to. You could just click these two, link clips, click these two, link clip, link clips. Now they are selected. Now when I click here, now as you can see, that's how you link the clips. So anyway, what we've got now is that. I'm going to select them. I'm going to Command C. So now let's bring this to the main timeline. So we're going to go under Master again, come to Timelines, and we're going to go to our YouTube template, double click on that. Now I'm back here. I'm going to take my playhead, drag that all the way to the beginning, and I'm going to press Command V or Control V if you're on Windows, and now I have that in place. So now let's see how this fits with the original intro. So as you can see, that just flows through super smooth. I already have an effect in place, and I have my music, everything is there. However, not everything is 100% done yet. So let's take a look here. Under voice, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to right click this. I need to normalize audio levels. So let's click on that. So as you can see here, normalization mode. I personally use sample peak program -9 dBFS. And make sure you always select independent for independent clips. You can select on here and you can come down and you will see if you're doing a Netflix, you can select that, or YouTube, or whatever they typically like you to use for the audio, it will have a preset there. But as I said, I don't use the YouTube, I use the sample peak program. I have my audio all set up for that. So now I'm just going to click normalize. Let me undo that so you can see. And let's zoom in on here. So as you can see the waveform the way it is, how small that is. Let's right click that again, normalize audio levels. Then we're going to hit normalize. And as you can see, now the audio levels have changed. Now this matches with all of my other settings that I have. For the audio settings, I'm already set up for that. I just want to show you how I have that set up. So over here on the right to the top, you can click on Mixer, and as you can see, I already have my channels already set. If you go into your Fairlight or you add any effects, they will automatically be on there, so you don't have to do much of an adjustment. If you're like me and you have yourself set up to where you have the same microphone set up, the same camera set up, everything will flow through much smoother this way. So I have all of this stuff set up at the levels that I need. It does not go too high. So as you see, I'm peaking right here, right at about -9 decibels, which is exactly where I want it. Now my background music, I do not want it to overtake my voice. So by clicking on the empty space here, now we're gonna watch what happens over here. Let me close the mixer. I want you to pay attention to what happens here when I click from this. Now you see this audio tab has just brought up all of this. Right here we have voice isolation, dialogue leveler, dialogue separator, music remixer, and the ducker. And my ducker's already in place with my duck level at 8.1. This is for my voice level and my music level. That works very well. The ducker is set to the source of voice. That's my audio 1. So as you can see here, you can select it. So you need to duck it under something. The voice is where it must be set for. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. If we haven't already met, my name is Chad. I make DaVinci Resolve tutorials and help streamline your workflows so you can focus on your business growth. If the content in this video is helping you out, I would really appreciate if you help me out by giving me a like, subscribe, and I really truly do appreciate it. So now let's create a timeline that you can use as a template. If you have not already created and edited a video, or you have not saved the video edit that you did before, then you can just create your video and follow this process. Okay, as you can see here, I have opened up an old project. This project is not very important, so I can easily delete any of the media and not have a problem or issue with that. I'm just using this to teach you the process. So as you can see here, I still have the 5 video layers and the 6 audio layers that I was working with. I have the music set up. All of the things are set up in the same manner. What I will do is I'm just gonna come over here. I'm just gonna select all of those media on video 1, 2, and camera 3, as well as my audio 1, and I'm going to delete it. Gone. Just like that. Now that that is gone, I am left with all of these things in which I can use for my template. So you should figure out what are the effects that you always use and keep them in place. As you see under master here, everything is just such a mess. Nothing is organized. I want to show you how to organize this to make your workflow optimal. So I'm going to start here with the adjustment. You can see all of the adjustment clips have this little lightning bolt on them. So I'm just going to click the first one. I'm going to come all the way down here, press shift. I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to go through all of them that have the lightning and I'm going to hold command and I'm going to click on them. Now that I have them all select, I'll just right click and I'm going to create a new bin with the selected clips. So you see here, create bin with selected clips. And now I have a bin with that, in which I can name this bin as adjustment clips. We come back to the master and now all of them are gone and it's organized. So let's follow through with the same thing with all of the other ones. I'm going to start with my sound effects. This one I made here is for the fusion clips. You can see these 3 stars. That is a fusion composition. Okay, so now you can see that I have everything neatly organized here again. So now this looks great. We have a totally organized template. So the next step is to save the project. So let's come up here to File, and we're gonna come down to Export Project. As you see this one, not export, but export project, click on that. Now what we can do is we can rename this. Let's name this one YouTube template. I'm going to save this onto an external hard drive, which is where I have my libraries here. I'm going to click Save. Done. Just like that. So now we have a DRP file. So under here, we can find it here as YouTube template DRP. So let's close DaVinci Resolve and show you. Close that out. Now with the DRP file, I just double click that. The project manager came up on my other screen. Took me a moment to realize it. But now you can see here, now I have that template that we just made. Super simple, very powerful, very organized. So that is how we make a template, how we save a template, and how we can just reuse it again and again to speed up our workflow. I really hope this has helped speed up your workflow. And please let me know in the comments, what is it that takes the longest for you to do on video edit? Thank you for watching, and YouTube recommends that you watch this video. According to the algorithm and your watch habits, they believe that this one will be the best one for you. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.